Hey guys, I'm going to create a video here to help fellow people that want to start reloading that don't know much about it and want to start reloading some shells on their own. I was looking for a bunch of just websites that would give me like any information that I was looking for the componentry needed, and tools and whatnots that you would need to start reloading. And there was nothing. There was nothing definitive that you could take a look at. Said here's a checkoff list, and you're gonna need this, this, and this, and there was nothing. So I decided to make my own. And since I just started, I haven't even got my dies yet. I got my press, but no dies yet, as you can see. Decided to make this and kind of like just give everybody out there. It's not meant to be instructional. It's just informative. Maybe it'll help some guys out and then make a decision if they want to start loading or not. So here's what I got, guys. First thing I bought was my vibratory cleaner. Did a lot of research on this, ended up with the RCVS. It's very quiet, works great. The only thing that bothers me, and maybe bothers some people or not, but it's made in China. But it does work great, and it does like 300 to 400 9mm shells at a time. So it comes with two tops, and we'll pick that up after. It comes with two tops, this top and a sifting top. But I've used it. I've already ran about 700 to 800 shells through there. It works wicked awesome because I'm from the Northeast. So the one thing that I did do on this is I bought a timer on here just in case, I don't want to just leave it on for 2 hours and then try to remember, because I don't know who has that kind of time to just be thinking about it. So I set it for 2.5 hours. It works fine. So that was my very first purchase. My second non-purchase was this thing. And looking for media separators, I created this, and I'll probably show a video on how I made this just out of leftover PVC components, and created my own mix here too. Looked on the internet again. Media comes very expensive, and I found a cheap way to do it. And I'll give you guys probably make a video on that as well, but I'll give you guys what I bought on that. My very first invoice, like loading blocks. I don't know if that primer trays, loading blocks. The vibratory case cleaner, as you can see, I bought it from Natchez. I got a pretty good deal on it, $69. A couple other things, and it came in fairly quickly. Cheap on shipping too, so freight insurance was only $15, and it was a pretty big box. That's the box it came in. But got a Dillon press. Splurged on a 550. So far, I think it'll work great for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do walls of steel and all like high round sports. So and there's some component parts. These are very difficult. Buying from Midway, they're about the cheapest place to buy these bullets, but always on like product notification, and you couldn't fall asleep on that one. As soon as you get that product notification, you buy it. These are all empty. Pick them up at the range so I can reuse them. No need to throw those out. Trying to be green. RCVS primer flip tray. Just like I said, I haven't loaded yet, but something necessary. some trays, and I want to show you guys one thing. And I didn't buy this, but this is incredible of how much they were charging. And I'm trying to focus here. That says $36.99 for a 9mm Ruger. I don't know where this was bought. I found this in the trash. Like I said, I just recycle the box. It's empty, and it has the plastic case in it. But somebody paid $36.99 for a 9mm Ruger. In this case, guys, remember who overcharged you, because this will end, and I think it's about ending now, because I ended up buying CCI Blazer brass for $15.99 a box at Dick's Sporting Goods. Got a case loading block, a couple of dies sets, one for 9mm Luger, the other one for 45 ACP. Powder trickler, digital scale. This is a digital scale. It seems to work pretty good. And pull this out. So Frankfurt Arsenal digital scale works pretty good. Tested it out. Does a really nice job on measuring. I did order a bar scale as well. Kinetic puller, some extra parts, and that comes with that. Some packing list from Dillon. Dillon shipped fairly quickly. It said on the website, it said, and that's just part of my old tool set, it said that it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks, but it shipped within 2 weeks, and the only thing I'm waiting for that I had shipping confirmation on were the dies. And they're set to arrive this week. So for 3 weeks total, that's not bad. Bought some case lube and some metal polish. So you're going to need that. And what I'm not going to put into this price is all this brass. See all that brass? There's about 400 rounds there, all free. All free. It's another 400 rounds here, but I fire that off. But 400 rounds of brass, all free. 45 ACP. It's about 200 rounds in there, all free. Picked up at the range. The other thing that you're going to need is some walnut. Now you can buy media walnut, or you can buy media that's already done. I went to Petco and bought Desert Blend ground English walnut shells, and went to Walmart and bought some corn cob and raided my wife's kitchen and got some rice. So this is just plain white rice. Don't tell her that though. So that's kind of like the componentry. Go through some of the pricing, and got the primer flip tray, cost $5.30. Vibratory tumbler is $70. I'm just rounding up to the nearest $50 or $1. A bullet puller, the RCBS was $7.50. Sorry, that's wrong. That's $17.50. That should be $17.50. The powder trickler was $12. Case block was $7.50. A bar scale. I just bought the bar scale. It's not here yet, but I bought it off of Amazon.com because we have Amazon Prime, which is great. 2-day shipping for free, and plus you get all the videos. That's a different story. But bar scale. It's a Lyman bar scale, 6250. The digital scale, the Frankfurt Arsenal, was $27.50. A powder funnel, just in case. Case gauge, so you don't have to keep measuring and going back to the caliper set. The calipers, you get yourself a good set of calipers. A digital or a dial calipers, $45 will get you a good set. The media separator, I got that for free. But if you want to buy it, it's around $40. The press with conversion kit. Now the Dillon 550 press, which what I can see so far is working great. I'll probably do a video on setting this up because I'm still learning. It was $440. It was $440, but I think it's well worth it because you do some rock chuckers and you got to change all the parts and dies and stuff. Spare parts for the Dillon press, $19. The dies themselves, and this is $64, but it was a 9mm Luger. Additional pickup tube was like $8. Everybody tells you to buy a book. Now I bought the book and I got more information off the internet than I got from the book. It's, go either way. Buy yourself a couple of books, or my book was it's actually upstairs. It's the Lyman 49th edition book. It cost $24.99. Came with Dillon. Dillon sells those on the website. The walnut came from Petco. $8. That's all it cost. The corn cob was even more amazing. It was $4 for that big bag of corn cob. And then brass polish and lube, case lube, cost $10. Now, a lot of guys would tell you that, starting to reload will cost you somewhere between, I've seen guys say, I started for $500 and I started for $900 and I started for $1,500. I went to my local gun store and they told me it would cost around $1,200. And by the way, guys, powder, got some Unique, some Zip, some Bullseye. Don't know what to use yet. Still probably gonna do. And foam primers. Primers and powder were easy to find locally, even with the height of the shortage. So now here's what my total is. $846 and about $50 in shipping. Now, granted that I didn't add tax in here. In Rhode Island, tax is about 8%. So, like the polish, the lube, corn cob, the walnut, and like the calipers I had from way back when. So I've already had the calipers, but I decided to add that in as part of this. The digital scale I bought locally. The powder trigger I bought locally. So there's some tax here, but not a lot. But I'm a big fan of, supporting our local gun shop. But some of these things you just can't buy at your local gun shop for cheap. Especially, like a Dillon press, even though I did buy the conversion kit. For $45. And I'm sorry, guys, my camera's not acting right. It's acting stupid. But I did buy it for $45, which is the same exact price that Dillon sells it for, except I had it instantly. So it looks about $900, more or less, as it says. $900 more or less was my total. This is my checklist, and I think I'm ready to start reloading as soon as I obviously get my